This afternoon from Fenway Park, the Red Sox take on the Atlanta Braves in Game 2. Today sees the return of four-time All-Star second baseman Dustin Pedroia in his 2018 debut. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Dave O'Brien alongside Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy. Garen Austin joining us in just a couple of moments. Well, it was 7 months ago, Rem, that Dustin Pedroia underwent surgery on the knee and returning today for his 13th Major League season.
It was really sad to see him at the end of last year, you know, trying to be able to get out there and play competitively at the Major League level where the knee would just not allow it. And he had major surgery in the offseason, major surgery, and that's why it's taken 7 months. And the Red Sox always had a plan with him to make sure that he would get back on track in a certain amount of time. You see the career numbers for Pedroia, 300 career hitter, 394 doubles, 140 home runs, but it's what he brings to a team, you know, more than just the numbers. It's the attitude he brings to a ball club, and he was so excited this morning down in the clubhouse to be able to get back on that field. I thought he'd be in there last night when they activated him, but he had to wait one more day, and he can't wait for game time right now. So we'll see how he is at the beginning. You know, he may be a little bit rusty because he's only played a few rehab games, but the fact is the knee feels good, he feels good, he's ready to go.
Batting sixth today, which would be an unusual spot for him in the lineup. Red Sox taking on the Braves here in game number 2. And it's going to be a fascinating story to watch because the Braves are starting a Massachusetts native, Sean Newcomb. He used to pay to watch Dustin Pedroia here at Fenway. Trying to beat him today. He's been Atlanta's best pitcher. Game 2 coming up in just a moment. This official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and Alexa Strikes Out Hunger program. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By your local New England Ford dealers. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Well, moments ago, Dustin Pedroia taking the field by himself for a while. His teammates lagged behind a little bit to allow Petey to get out there. And finally, one by one, they joined him. Red Sox in their Memorial Day weekend uniforms. Dustin Pedroia back at it at second base. A great sight for the Red Sox on healthy knees as well. Time for a look at the Atlanta Braves lineup. Ozzie Albies will be leading it off at second base. Acuna in right field with Freeman at first base. Markakis in left. Kurt Suzuki is their catcher. Inciardes in center with Flowers the DH, Camargo at third, and Swanson at short. Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers is Drew Pomeranz, 1-2, a 5.97 ERA. And Jerry, he was out in that bullpen about an hour before first pitch.
Yeah, very early, sitting out in the bullpen, getting up and stretching, do some long toss, much earlier than normal for a starting pitcher.
Maybe an indication how important a start it is for Drew, who took the loss his last time out and was pushed back an extra day of rest here this afternoon. That's a swing and a miss by Albies. Hitting .280, 14 home runs for the 5'8" leadoff man who packs a punch, and he's got a fighter's build. 14 home runs, 34 runs batted in.
One thing to check today, the velocity on the fastball for Pomeranz, that one about 90 miles an hour. A lot of his starts have been 87, 88.
Yeah, it's been a point of concern for him. That's in there for a strike. That velocity last year was more in that 92, 93 range.
Yes. And of course, that was his bread and butter pitch, the curveball.
The 2-2 to Albies. And hit on the ground as Xander Bogaerts will collect that and get him.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 5th in the American League with 25 errors on the season. Eduardo Nunez gets a start at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Left to right, J.D. Martinez, Andrew Benintendi, and Mookie Betts, and Christian Vasquez behind the plate catching Pomeranz.
Umpires brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Laz Diaz at the plate. Acuna now, 248, 4 homers. He's driven in 12. Both of these clubs are very good in the daytime. Well, they're two very good teams anyway, but the Braves are major league best 12-2 in day games, and the Sox are 12-3.
What's the other thing that's pretty evident here in the first couple of hitters is that Pomeranz has picked up his pace a little bit, getting the ball, getting right back on the rubber and ready to go.
And dealing the 1-1 to the number 2 hitter. This is a very aggressive Atlanta Braves team. As we documented last night, they're at the top of the charts offensively in the National League. They have been striking out a lot as of late, which they were not doing the first month and a half of the season. Pomeranz trying to pick one up right now. Man, fouled away, just nudged it. Pomeranz only went 4 innings each of his last 2 starts. A no decision at Toronto and then a loss to Baltimore. He got beat 7-4. So this is a very important outing for him. It was around this time a year ago he just took off. Nunez at third today and on target. 2 up and 2 down. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
85 degrees as we get underway and mostly cloudy. A little bit of sunshine peeking through now. Weather's going to change dramatically. It's going to get cool tomorrow and a little wet. Here's Freddie Freeman, first baseman, 324, 9 home runs. He's driven in 35. He is their best hitter and has been for several years.
6-game hitting streak right now for Freeman.
He went for the downs, but he came up empty.
Yeah, consistently at 90 miles an hour with the fastball here in the first inning. Up and in that time on Freeman from Pomeranz. It was supposed to be outside, but it stays inside and still gets the good result to swing and miss.
Pomeranz 17-6 last year, but in the final 18 he went 14-4 and was truly one of the best pitchers in the American League, if not all of baseball. 1-2 high floater fouled on the left field line.
Freeman, a guy that has faced him before. He is 1 for 4 in his career off Pomeranz. Nice catch out in the stands.
Already a good fielding crowd at Fenway. Looking for a fast inning. Line drive instead, and that'll be a base hit into left. Martinez almost to the warning track, getting to that, and a base hit for Freeman.
Well, that's some nice hitting by Freeman. It's a curveball and a pretty good one from Pomerantz, but he stays back and shoots it to the opposite field for the base hit. A lot of times you see the lefty pull that ball, but not Freeman. He just goes inside out and picks up the 2-out base hit.
So he is hitting 7 in a row. And he'll get the inning to Nick Markakis. 344 with 7 homers, 34 driven in. A resurgent year for Nick, who's really been a fine hitter throughout his career. And a tough out. And he lines that one to left. Martinez won't get it over his head. It caroms off the monster. Freeman into third base. He'll stop there. And it's a double for Markakis. So Pomerantz in some trouble now with 2 down.
Now the 2 left-handers get him. Freeman, Markakis. Markakis jumping on the first pitch. He's got an 8-game hitting streak now as he takes it over the head of J.D. Martinez out there in left field. No chance to score the run from first base, even though there are 2 outs in the inning. Red Sox get the ball back in very quickly.
That'll send up Kurt Suzuki doing the catching today for Atlanta, hitting .252 with 6 homers, an excellent contact man. Sox winners last night, 6-2 on the strength of 4 home runs. Another strong performance by Eddie Rodriguez, and the Sox remain 1 game up on the Yankees going into play today in the AL East. Yankees play the Angels tonight in the Bronx. And ball 1. That's a 2-horse race.
Yep. Toronto, Tampa Bay, both 11 back. Baltimore 18 back, only 17 wins on the season.
Freeman at third and Markakis at second with 2 away. Inciarte on deck. Pomerantz has made 2 career starts against Atlanta. He's 0-1, a .338. And now with a couple of men in scoring position, you're slowing down their tempo. Suzuki's 1 for 2 off him. In there for a called strike.
2 outs and runners in scoring position for Suzuki. Only a .182 batting average, and he's got 2 men out there in scoring position right now. Pomerantz right now with a 2-1 count. Suzuki, as you mentioned, free swinger, does not walk much, does not strike out very much.
He's only been 12 times all year. The 2-1 to him. Popped him up. That's going to drift foul and back out of play. So it evens up the count 2-2. He went back to that curve, which he will throw at any point in the count. Sox were working on a lot of mechanical stuff with him before this start down at Tropicana Field, and did a little simulation with Blake Swihart as the batter.
Yeah, it was an interesting day, you know, down at the Trop early in the afternoon, threw a side session down there out of the bullpen, came back to the mound, and as you mentioned, threw to Blake Swihart.
One of the things they seem to be looking for was something in his hand position when he came to a set. He misses in. Count will go full now. 3-2. First base is open.
Yeah, the other thing too was his stride. I think they felt like he was striding a little bit too long.
Trying to get through the top of the first inning, but he's given up 2 hits. He takes a sign from Vasquez. Crowd would like an early K. Roped but foul. Boy, he was sitting on that pitch and he knocked it up into the Coca-Cola section. think he might have been guessing curveball.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad thing to do against a guy like Pomerantz, that's for sure. You're going to see plenty of them, and you know that. He's got that 12-6 curveball.
Suzuki has hit 6 home runs. 2 down, they lead at second and third. 3-2 again. And he struck him out. Came back with a fastball at 91. Big pitch for Pomerantz to get out of it. Brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts with 17 home runs to lead the majors, about to start things off. Benintendi, Martinez, Moreland. Then Bogart sitting out of the 5 spot. Dustin Pedroia batting 6th. Nunez at 3rd today. Blake Swihart, the DH. Vasquez doing the catching. Quite a story here. The left-hander Sean Newcomb, 6'5", 255 pounds, 24 years old. Born at Brockton, Massachusetts, and a product of Middleborough High School and the University of Hartford. Used to come to games here as a very young guy, and now he is trying to beat the Red Sox at Fenway Park.
Yeah, doing pretty well too. He's on a 4-game winning streak. His last win coming against Miami when he went 6 innings, gave up 1 run in that game.
Mookie 361 with the 17 home runs, which came last night, number 17. So still leading the majors in batting average, slugging, OPS, runs, doubles, extra base hits, and total bases. One and two.
95 with that last fastball. Each fastball's got increased in velocity.
Newcomb has become arguably Atlanta's best pitcher. He's on an all-star track right now.
Yeah, he's pitching very, very well. Curveball that time following 3 fastballs. Kind of a slow curveball.
1-2 to Mookie. Got him. He struck him out at 93. 1 man away.
Let's take a look at the Braves defense. They're 9th in the National League with 29 errors on the season. Camargo at third base, Swanson the shortstop, Albies at second, Freeman at first. Left to right, Markakis, Inciarte, Acuna, and Kurt Suzuki doing the catching for Newcomb.
Benintendi checking in at 272, 5 home runs. Newcomb spent his off day on Thursday here in town with his Massachusetts buddies. They all went out to see Star Wars. He's got a lot of friends and family, as you might guess, a couple hundred here. What a throw for him. By all accounts, very level-headed kid and not likely to be blown away by the prospect of pitching at Fenway Park.
It's a little bit intimidating. There's no question about that when a local kid comes back here for the first time to play any position.
As you did. Deep short. Swanson has to range over, leaving his feet, and safe on a bang play. That would have been some play. Close at first base, but Benintendi is on. Let's see if they want to challenge it.
That's a heck of a play by Swanson, the shortstop. I didn't think it was going to be that close when I saw that he had to go to his right like this and then make that bat off the balance throw or jump throw to first base. He made a heck of a play. Good hustle by Benintendi getting down that line to pick up the base hit.
So they won't challenge it.
And they shouldn't, because Benintendi did beat it.
Sends up J.D. Martinez, who blasted a home run onto the shelf and left. Just in front of the monster seats last night, his 16th, hitting .326. Moreland on deck. Now, Newcomb's talked about coming back to Fenway Park as a competitor. He said, coming here, I knew whenever we had tickets to a game, it was a big deal in my house. I used to love to come and watch Pedro and Manny and Big Papi. It was awesome. His love of baseball was born then. Sox with a base runner, no score here in the first inning. Pedroia batting 6th today. See if he gets to hit in the first inning.
First changeup he's featured, 87, so he's going with the fastball, the curveball, now the changeup.
Among those in attendance, Sean Newcomb's dad, William, and Guerin will be chatting with him from the stands in a little bit. Very much a family affair for them today. And the 3-0, he walks him on 4 straight. So Martinez is on, Benintendi down to second. And Mitch Moreland looking to do some damage right away. Certainly did last night with a heck of a blast to center field, 443 feet. That was his longest home run of the year. He's hit safely in 3 in a row and homered in 2 of those games. Back at first today, Swihart the designated hitter. And the Sox trying to jump out in front against the Massachusetts native.
Well, last night, number 8 for Mitch Moreland as he gets a fastball a little bit away and hooks it out towards center field for the home run. Well back into the center field bleachers. Red Sox, of course, a big night last night with the long ball.
And they told Garrett Austin after the game, everybody else was hitting them. I wanted to get in on it. Red Sox with 4 blasts in the game. And continue to hit them at a record pace for the Red Sox. Lashed foul. Now to Comforts of Home, brought to you by Bernie and Phil's home games and home run leaders. The Yankees have 42 in the Bronx, but the Red Sox have now hit 36 at Fenway. Save big with no tax and free delivery. Going on now at Bernie and Phil's Furniture. Benintendi at second, Martinez at first with 1 away.
Nice smooth delivery, and then the ball kind of explodes out of his hand up as high as 94 so far with the fastball.
He says maybe he topped out at 90 miles an hour his senior year at Middleborough.
That'll get the scouts' attention.
Yeah. He said, you know, travel games, you'd see radar guns every once in a while. Not at high school games, but travel games. He only got one Division I scholarship offer. That was the University of Hartford. And then he added 40 pounds. And all of a sudden that fastball started coming alive. And he was throwing 95.
Not mistaken, he was originally drafted by the Angels.
Yes, he was. First round pick. 2014. Cut on and missed. Well, he fooled him there, and a good breaking ball to strike him out.
Now it's seen all fastballs up to that point, and finally he drops the curve on Mitch Ball to pick up the strikeout.
So 2 down. He has struck out 2 men. It's up to Xander Bogaerts to salvage something in the inning. Hitting .285, 7 home runs, blasted one last night. 4th time this season the Red Sox have hit at least 4 in a ball game. Dustin Pedroia on deck. Got a wonderful hand when his name was announced in the starting lineup today. For the first time in 2018. 2-0. I don't care how many major league games you played in, how many at bats, how many World Series. Dustin Pedroia's got to be nervous right now.
Absolutely, without question. You know, it's your first major league game in a long time. I bet he was nervous at the minor league level.
2-0 in there for a called strike.
Yeah, Bogaerts expecting a fastball, didn't get it. Got a changeup on that count. Good pitch.
You see real confidence Newcomb has in his stuff. 2-0 change. 2 down, 2 on. Checked his swing, and that's inside. So good count here for Xander. So the count 3-1. See if he gets something to drive right here.
He did. He got a good pitch, a fastball right down the middle, but takes it.
So now the runners will be on the move. Full count, 2 away. And there they go. And that's going to be down low for ball 4 and bring up Dustin Pedroia with the bases loaded.
The second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
A pretty sweet moment for the 13-year veteran. He's got a man at every base, so he can do something to make him really happy. And Suzuki would like to head on out to the hill and talk with Newcomb. So Pedroia has to wait a little bit longer for that first pitch. And it has been a while. Benintendi at third, Martinez at second, Bogaerts at first. Last season, Pedroia played in 105 games. He hit .293. He hit .344 off left-handers. And a high pop-up into short right. Albies going out, coming on Acuna. And the Red Sox will leave him loaded here the first inning.
boot available at Men's Warehouse. TC, Jim, and Steve will break down Drew Pomerantz's start.
Adrian Martin there on the left. John Martin, our beloved colleague who is battling ALS, very much in our thoughts. Kaya and Gabby, his beautiful daughters. Beautiful family. Inciarte hitting .261 with 4 home runs. Won 2 Gold Gloves, and last night you could tell the way he went after not only the fly balls but that triple out there in the triangle that he went to get off the bat of Jackie Bradley. The way he handled that looked like he had played at Fenway for 10 years. He also ran about 150 feet in front of his right fielder Acuna and surprised him by making a catch in shallow right field. Checked his swing, and that's outside. It's a fun Braves team, and they have played awfully well. They've surprised many. They remain a half game in front of the Phillies atop the NL East. 3-1.
Boy, everything right here at the top of the strike zone against Inciarte. That was a high strike call, the 5th pitch.
3-2. And he walks him. Let's get out of Guerin.
Obi, Jerry, after his last start, Drew Pomeranz said it's really frustrating when you're putting in the work and you're not seeing the results. Pomeranz spent the off day going over video, and actually hitting coach Tim Hires came in to work with him. Pomeranz said that when they told him they were going to push his start back, he asked if he could throw a sim game to work on some things, and he said it's much more competitive when you have a guy in the box. Guys, Pomeranz said he's been through this before in his career, and see what happens today.
Well, he had a great year last year, obviously, Guerin, and he's trying to get back into that kind of form. It was right around this time a year ago where his entire season turned around, and it was after a sluggish outing in Oakland. John Farrell took him out, even though the Braves, the Sox had taken the lead there in Oakland, and it was after that he really started to pitch like an all-star.
Got to keep his eye on Inciarte at first base. He's got 18 steals. The Braves lead the National League in stolen bases.
Flowers the DH, 286 with 1 home run. Runner holding, and it's fouled back. Fan up in a box, off the hands. Oh, he's hearing it from the kids now. Got to make that play, don't you?
No, there's no play that's automatic. Absolutely no play, whether you have a glove or you don't have a glove. No play is automatic. You could have had it. Doesn't mean you should have had it.
You're very kind. Very kind. Throw over to first base, and Inciarte back in.
I give him credit, the fans, for making these barehanded catches, because it was tough enough making them with a glove at times and boxing a lot of them up with a glove.
I thought that was a cookie. Kids are giving him the business big time. Dad, right off to him, man. Dad, it's so easy to do. What happened? Fouled away again by Flowers. Kids are the toughest critics, aren't they?
And the ones I don't like are the ones that bounce around like 9 different times off different seats and railings, and then your guy comes up with it and he's got his hands up in the air like he did something great. Right. It just happened to land in his hand.
Wait for it to stop rolling and pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
That little guy is ticked off, man. He does not have a souvenir.
Not speaking to Dad right now.
Not going to talk to Dad for a week. Wave and a miss, and down goes Flowers, and second K in the book for Pomeranz.
Pomeranz gets him on the fastball. Both strikeouts for Pomeranz today coming on the fastball. That one again up in the zone. A lot of pitches from Pomeranz, especially the fastball, have been upstairs.
Sends up Johan Camargo, third baseman. hitting just .219 with 2 homers. 24-year-old switch hitter from Panama. Inciarte gets another lead at first. No score in the second. Runner holding. And he popped him up. Vasquez looking for a play here. Nunez coming down the line, but Christian will take that. Runners staying put, and 2 gone. When hip and knee pain force you to sit out, visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. You can find out how those procedures can get you back to the sports that you love on and off the field. Visit bidmc.org. So 2 away for Swanson, the number 9 hitter, hitting .272. Made an outstanding defensive play that did not get him an out in the first inning. And Pomeranz fires and left it down low for a ball. 89 again on the fastball. Still kind of waiting for that 92, 93, and he can throw even harder than that.
Still kind of waiting for Inciarte to take off at first base. One thing about Pomeranz, he doesn't give you a lot to work with as a base stealer because he doesn't have a high leg kick.
Last couple of starts, he's been scuffling with ball 4. He's walked 8 men over the last 2 outings, and he's walked 1 in this inning. He's fallen behind on Swanson. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a high fly ball. That one deep to left. That one carrying way back there, and it is gone. Swanson with his 3rd home run of the season. That quickly makes it 2-0 Atlanta.
Now Swanson picks up number 3, and he got on a fastball right here from Pomeranz. That ball right about thigh high, and one that Swanson could lift out of Fenway Park. So the Braves quickly jump on top for a 2-0 lead.
Well, they did that last night too, and they did not score after that. Here's Albies. He is 0 for 1 as he knocks that foul. That's how you make a play. Ball attendant right on it. Albies 1 for 4 last night in the Red Sox win.
I wonder if the kid's speaking to Dad yet.
Let's take a look.
Looking in his direction, but Dad's trying to make good. They might be all right. I think they're all right. They got over it.
He's cooled off a little bit. Promised him some cotton candy. Line shot. Betts on the move. Mookie runs it down with an over the shoulder grab to retire the side, but Swanson connects, and it's 2-0 the Braves. Bottom two, 2-0 Atlanta, and Nunez to lead it off against Sean Newcomb. Red Sox loaded up the bases against the left-hander in the first inning, but could not score. Nunez hitting for the first time, 249, 3 home runs. Sit safely in 19 out of 23. And he's at third today. Getting a chance to move around a little bit on the infield.
A lot of left-handers out of the lineup because Newcomb has held left-handers to 4 hits on the season.
.65, 255 pounds. Big lefty. The 2-1. While at the University of Hartford, Newcomb tossed a no-hitter against Yale. Deep New England roots. Here's the 2-2 to Eduardo. Serves that ground ball. The third, knocked down by Camargo. Left no play. So Nunez will be safe at first base.
Like a changeup that time that Nunez hit, and you can see right here Camargo going back, and it just bounces up too high. I'd have to say that might go as a base hit for Nunez. Not much he could do about that. I mean, he was down in proper position, then the ball bounced up high on him.
No, waiting on a ruling on that. And it will be a base hit for Nunez. So 2 for the Sox, both of them on the infield. Here's Blake Swihart. A couple of days ago, many thought that he would not be with the Red Sox at this point. To make this start today as the designated hitter, hitting .133, no homers, 1 run batted in. But it was Hanley Ramirez designated for assignment. That was such a big story in the city of Boston that it led a couple of the noon newscasts yesterday.
No surprise there. Baseball in Boston. I mean, you know, anything happens like that, it's always big news.
That's a great point. In most cities, that would not have been the case. The love affair with the Red Sox certainly in full bloom again this year. Sox at 35-16, best record in the majors. Christian Vasquez on deck. Red Sox with the leadoff man on.
Would you consider hitting running with a guy that hasn't had a lot of at bats like Swihart?
Would you do it?
I'd try it. I'd try anything. I'd be so predictable as a manager. I mean, they would know exactly what I was going to do all the time. I'd hit and run. I'd be squeezing all the time. Because those days are gone. It's a different game now, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, so.
There's a lot more of that when you played. And I think just 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a different game.
Full count.
I can't control myself. It's like I get in certain situations. I want to do something. I got to do something, you know.
I think a lot of fans are actually with you, though. I mean, you want to see action, right? You want to see movement on the bases. 3-2. Check swing foul. Although you also have a Red Sox team that hits a lot of home runs.
Right.
And those outs are like gold.
Yeah, when you talk about things like that, you're basically talking about the bottom of the batting order. You know, the last few guys in the batting order. Trying to create some action there.
He's going to walk him. That's his second walk in the game, and the Red Sox have something brewing. First and second, nobody out for Vasquez.
Like last night, I got a kick out of Brock Holt. You know, he's seeing some couple of things that you don't normally see, and that's a dropping a bunt down the third base line for a base hit, and then a delay steal. I mean, when's the last time we saw a delay steal? I was loving this. It's a great play, especially for guys that don't run well. You don't have to be fast to be a very good player at delay stealing. Just got to have the proper timing. Catch the infielders with their head down, the catcher with their head down, and you got it back.
You broke it down. It was perfect execution, wasn't it?
It was absolutely perfect, yes.
And you could see the catcher behind the plate drop his head. Once he did that, you know, play's over.
Vasquez hitting 190, no homers. He's driven in 5 runs, first and second. Atlanta in front 2-0. 3-game series. Lots of day baseball. If you like day baseball, you're going to be out at Fenway tomorrow as well. 105. Chris Sale on the hill. He's 5-1. And then, of course, on Monday, 7 o'clock against Toronto on Tuesday, and then another day game, 1 o'clock on Wednesday.
How about you and me? We fly home on Saturday from Houston.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday are national broadcast.
Yeah.
So that's a quick series for us. Down into the dirt, blocked by Suzuki.
I'm getting some baloney from the truck. They said, what are the rest of us walking? No, they're flying too. They're flying too, but I'm not sure. I know Michael Narachi's leaving very early in the morning.
Real early.
It's way too early in the morning.
Like a 6:30, 7 a.m.?
Yeah, he wants to get back. Yeah, he wants to get back for dinner.
It's not happening. We'll have lunch on the plane.
We'll have lunch at the airport.
2-1. 94. Good velocity out of Newcomb. And he's evened up the count. Nobody out. Mookie Betts on deck. And a 2-2. On the ground at third. Camargo will sling it down to second. Not a real good throw, but he does get the out there, and they're going to be safe on the corners. As Nunez moved up to third, and Vasquez becomes the runner at first base.
Yeah, watching that play, I thought at first Camargo was going to go tag third and try to go to first base to get a double play. But he wanted to go around the horn. Let's take another look. Did he have an opportunity to go to third base and tag it? He's heading in that direction. Nah, I guess not. He might have been a little bit too far from it. They just barely get the out at second base.
So 1 down for Betts. Mookie called out on strikes in the first inning. So going to play at second base in time to get him. Mookie Betts and Mike Trout, the only major leaguers with at least 10 home runs and at least 10 stolen bases. Betts with 13 steals now. Been running a lot lately. Red Sox trying to get on the board. 2-0.
Not a lot of base runners so far against Newcomb. Have not been able to push one across yet.
2 hits and 3 walks so far. He thought about it, but he took the strike. That was the changeup.
Not a pitch you want to swing out on a 2-0 count. Outside corner, off speed.
Big swing, but a foul back. 94 miles an hour, 2-2. Newcomb was traded to the Braves from the Angels in that Andrelton Simmons deal. There's a lot of hand wringing in Atlanta over that trade because Simmons was such a good player. But they love the kid now. There's a swing and a pop up on the infield. Here comes Camargo. And we'll put that away. 2 down. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Ace Ticket, Sox fans' trusted source for tickets to all Red Sox games and concerts at Fenway. Go to aceticket.com now. 2 gone for Benintendi. An infield single in the first inning for Andrew, leaving him at 276 with 5 home runs. Newcomb right now kind of living on the edge. Got out of it in the first inning. Now has 2 down with 2 aboard in the second. Martinez on deck. Now the 24-year-old from Brockton, Massachusetts, has thrown a lot of pitches in the first couple of innings. 50 pitches. 2 down, and that one is swatted foul by Benintendi. Sox are in the midst of a stretch of playing 52 games in 55 days. Lots of baseball, a lot of it at home too. The 2-1. Rolled to right side, picked off by Freeman. He'll get the force play, and that retires the side, and Newcomb gets out of it again.
Presented by DCU. TC, Jim, and Steve will preview tomorrow's matchup between Mike Fultonevich and Chris Sale. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Atlanta in front 2-0 as we go to the third inning. Pomerantz last inning walked the leadoff man, paid the price for that because a couple of batters later he gave up the 2-run shot to Swanson. The Sox, meanwhile, have had their chances. They've left 5 men on base in the first 2 innings. So 2-0 to Braves. Acuna is 0 for 1. He is tapped to third. 20-year-old from Venezuela was their top minor leaguer last year at the age of 19. Freddie Freeman on deck, and then Nick Markakis. That's 2, 3, and 4 against Pomerantz. Sox have won 7 out of 10. And the #1 winning percentage in Major League Baseball, 2-1. He's fallen behind 3 balls and a strike on Acuna. Hitters count. He ropes that one foul. Acuna last year in the minors hit .325 with some power. They got a lot of good young offensive players. And the payoff pitch. Cleveland Indians have the lead in the AL Central, but they are actually one game under 500, 24-25, and yet they have a game-and-a-half lead. Bogarts will scoop this up off the deck, and he's got him. And Acuna's 0 for 2. Time now for our refreshing finish, brought to you by Coors Light. Last night celebrating the 2018 Red Sox Hall of Fame honorees, including in that class Kevin Youkilis, Mike Lowell, and Derek Lowe. And all joining us on the broadcast. They were all tremendous.
Yeah, they're really good.
Very illuminating about their Red Sox careers. Freeman the batter, 1 for 1 with a single. Markakis on deck. A couple of years ago, Freeman was caught in an ice storm, kind of a freak ice storm down in Atlanta. He was stuck in his car for hours, and he called Chipper Jones to come and get him on a four-wheeler. And he did. He saved him. I'm not sure from what exactly, but he got him back to his apartment.
I got him home anyway, but even four-wheelers on ice are not exactly real stable.
1-2. He won't bite. I have driven in a couple of those ice storms in Atlanta. I did the Braves my first Major League Baseball job back in the late 1980s and early 90s, and nobody knows how to drive in that stuff down in Atlanta, and they can be forgiven for that because they're not used to it, but they drive as if the roads are perfectly safe and there's no snow or ice on them at all. Everyone's doing 100 miles an hour.
Now that's probably a mistake, Dave.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a little dangerous, actually. But Chipper Jones bailed him out, the Hall of Famer. Here's the 2-2. And a full count here on Freeman. The same guy in the pickup truck who went by it at 65, all of a sudden he's on the side of the road.
Yeah, right.
Wrap to Dustin Pedroia, his first play today defensively. Looks like the same Dustin Pedroia, 2 up and 2 down. CVS Health investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Markakis now, he doubled in the first inning. Pomerantz in need of a fast inning. Markakis is not only a good hitter throughout his career, he's been an excellent defensive outfielder. He's won 2 Gold Gloves. Braves up 2-0 in the third on a home run by Dansby Swanson. Slicer down the line, headed for the corner. That's a fair ball up against the wall. He's heading into second, and the throw is going to be late, and he's got himself another double. Markakis is 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 doubles for Markakis. He came to the game 2 out of 3, 2 for 3 against Pomerantz, and that continues today with a 2 for 2 afternoon so far. That ball slicing and just barely lands in fair territory off the chalk down that left field corner. Looked like you could see the chalk come up. Very close play down there.
So he's in scoring position again, as he won the first inning, and that'll bring up Suzuki, who struck out looking in the first, a rare K for him. Braves now 4 hits, including 2 doubles and a home run. That will miss for ball 1.
Looked like a pretty good pitch right there from Pomerantz. Fastball, bottom of the strike zone, not getting the call.
Suzuki, good catcher, good hitting catcher, always has been. He was an all-star 4 years ago. 1-0. Ropes that one. Heading toward the wall. Martinez turning. He'll play it off the green. It bounces back to Benintendi. Another run is in. Down to second base is Suzuki with the double to make it 3-0. He picks up his 18th RBI.
Now he jumps on a Pomeranz curveball right there and plants it up against that left field wall. Suzuki now with 14 RBI on the season. One that went out of the ballpark for the home run was a fastball. This time a breaking ball off the left field wall.
Well, nobody warming yet in the Sox pen. Inciarte walked and scored in the second inning. 261 hitter with 4 home runs. Sox have fallen behind 3-0. Inciarte, an all-star last year in the National League. And a 1-0 from the lefty.
He's getting those high strike calls, but he's not getting the ones at the bottom of the zone. But most of them have been upstairs, most of his fastballs.
Inciarte can really run. Here's the 1-1. Thought about it, but he checked his swing. So Pomeranz got the first 2 guys pretty quickly on ground balls, but then back-to-back doubles and another run up there. And it's 2-1 on the number 6 hitter. Three runs, 5 hits for the Braves thus far, and the 2-1. That one hit hard but foul to even the count.
And the Braves have brought out some great crowds here at Fenway Park. Big crowd here last night. Same thing this afternoon. I imagine it'll be the same all weekend.
Braves have a lot of fans across the country. Remember, they were on the Superstation for a long time, so you could see them anywhere in America. And an awfully good club for so many years under Bobby Cox. Great pitching staffs. Here's the 2-2 from Pomeranz. Check to swing. So he has thrown 65 pitches with 2 down in the third. And he has a man in scoring position. 3-2. Now, early in the game, particularly with nobody on base, his tempo was a lot better. Now it's gotten pretty darn deliberate. And Vasquez comes out for a mound visit.
Well, Pomeranz and Vasquez unclear what they want to do in this situation with a 3-2 count on Inciarte.
Suzuki at second with the run scoring double to drive in Markakis and make it 3-0. And now set. Here's the 3-2. After the Braves leave town, Toronto comes in for a 3-game series. And Red Sox will be hosting the alumni game tomorrow. 25 years since the last one in 1993. Scheduled to begin at 10:30 a.m. And he is going to walk him. So Inciarte takes a walk for the second time. That puts men at first and second. For 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all you Sox fans. You can pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. Red Sox do not have activity in the bullpen yet, but Levangie heading out to the mound, and this will be a mass conference.
Yeah, somebody is starting to stretch out down in the bullpen.
Yeah, Stephen Wright.
Yeah, Stephen Wright, the knuckleball pitcher, starting to loosen up a little bit. You don't want this game getting out of hand too early for the Red Sox.
Next man in will be Tyler Flowers. He's the designated hitter today. He struck out in the second. So Pomeranz attempting to survive 3 innings. That'll skip away from Vasquez, but nobody can move up.
And right up the third base line. Very easy for the runner at second base to pick up. And no, not to attempt to pick up another bag. Those certainly don't want to make that final out at third base. Good job there by Vasquez.
Levangie getting on the horn there. Suzuki at second, Inciarte at first, and the 1-0. Well, there have been some hot shots hit foul in this one off of Pomeranz.
And they've been way out in front of this fastball all afternoon.
Now Velasquez getting ready, and he's going to start to throw. Pitch number 70 coming up for Pomeranz. Just trying to get through 3 at this point. Long look in at Vasquez, and here comes the 1-1. Camargo on deck. 3-0 Atlanta. And the 2-1 to the number 7 hitter. He looks at a strike. Curveball in there at 78 on the corner. And the 2-2 to Flowers. And he's run it full, so these runners are going to get the opportunity to run with the pitch. And with Inciarte, the speedy runner at first base, extra base hit, he could score. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Flowers, who struck out his first time up. There they go. 3-2 pitch, and he struck him out. Caught him looking. Another run scores to make it 3-0 Braves. Always here to get you there. JD Martinez about to lead off here at Fenway this season, hitting .360 with 10 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Home run last night, number 16.
Yeah, last night the ball inside, breaking ball inside, and he pulls it up into the monster seats. Usually fastballs he hits up the middle of the other way, and breaking balls he pulls for the long ball.
How was the lobster roll?
Outstanding. Thank you very much. A bunch of food back there.
And the Aramark guys.
Yeah, I mean, they really take care of us.
Chef Ron doing it up for us. That's what's left of it.
Already had half. I have half of the next half inning.
Good. You've got to pace yourself.
Yeah.
We'll be sending that right down to the truck. Those lobster rolls. Martinez walked in the first inning. Sox are down 3-0. Moreland on deck, and then Bogaerts getting their second look at Sean Newcomb, whose folks are here today, and lots of friends and family. To see him pitch at Fenway Park would a dream come true for all of them. Braves getting him some early runs as well on the strength of 5 hits. Here's the 1-2. Red Sox have had their opportunities in the first couple of innings.
Yeah, they've had plenty of base runners. There's no question about that. Have not yet been able to push across a run. Bases loaded in the first inning. Left 2 on in the second. And down goes Martinez. He strikes out. Let's go to Garen.
Obi, I'm here with Sean Newcomb's dad, William. William, what is it like to see your son on the mound here at Fenway Park?
It's really exciting. I've been waiting for it my whole life. It's great.
Now, did you bring Sean here when he was a little boy, and what are some of your favorite memories?
Every time you're walking in, just seeing all the green and just being on Fenway Park, it's just a great experience.
And who were Sean's favorite players when he was growing up?
Pedro Martinez and Manny Ramirez.
You guys have a lot of people here today. How many people do you think came out to support Sean?
Probably 200 to 300. I'm not really sure exactly, but there's a lot.
And what does having all that support from your hometown and from Sean's school mean to your family?
It probably means a lot to Sean. He likes hearing his name called out in the audience. It gives him a little extra motivation when he's on the mound.
So, lifelong Red Sox fan. Dad, who are your favorites growing up?
My favorites, Carlton Fisk, Rem Dog, of course, Rick Burleson, Fred Lynn.
And when you were bringing Sean here when he was a little boy, did you ever expect to see him on the mound?
Absolutely not. No. It's a dream come true.
A special moment for your family?
Absolutely.
All right. OB, go ahead and pass it back to you.
Garen, thank you very much. William, thank you. Trying to watch his son, in a major league game.
Yeah, you got to be really nervous.
Moreland struck out his first time up. 3 Ks and 3 walks so far from Newcomb. And a 2-2. Did not get the call there, just outside at 95. You don't see many left-handers who throw that hard as far as starting pitching. So all filled up on Moreland. Shot toward the alley. Nobody out there. That's a gap shot. All the way into the triangle. Up against the bullpen fence. He's rounding on his way to third, and he is going to get there standing up. Mitch Moreland with a 3-base hit.
Now that has to make him feel good, getting a chance now to swing the bat both against right-handers and left-handers, and that time getting that ball in the gap, running it out to the 420, and Moreland with the easy triple. Big gap out there for him, and by the time they pick it up, Moreland just about at second base. He continues on. You don't need a coach to help you on that. The play's in front of you.
Been a while since the last triple, since April 2nd of 2014, his 4th of his career. 1 out, 3-base hit. Xander Bogaerts looking to pick him up now. He walked in the first inning. Red Sox also with a triple last night by Jackie Bradley, and he would later score. Pedroia on deck. One away in the 0-1. Got a little plug there from Mr. Newcomb.
Yeah, that was nice.
Liked watching you play among his favorites.
Yeah, back in our era.
1-1. Fouled away. Xander tied up the ball game with a home run last night. He's done pretty well against Atlanta. He's played 13 games against the Braves in his career. He's hitting .327.
Braves infield playing back, willing to give up a run to get an out here.
Shot up the middle and a base hit. That'll chase in Moreland and make it 3-1. The RBI for Xander Bogaerts is 27.
Now Xander gets on top of a high fastball that time. That fastball about 95 miles an hour, but he gets on top of it and shoots it right back up the middle for the base hit. So Moreland comes across. Red Sox finally get on the board after a lot of base runners in the first 3 innings. They finally pick up a run.
So Pedroia's second at bat. 0 for 1 with a fly to right and down into the dirt for ball 1. Sox now with 4 hits. The triple by Moreland, the first for extra bases. And the 1-0 up top. Pedroia appearing in 5 rehab games for the Paw Sox. Made 4 starts at second base. He had 1 as the DH as well. He has always swung the bat in interleague plays. There's a .333 batting average against the National League. That one caroms off the mid of Suzuki. Down to second. Xander Bogaerts stopping there.
It certainly looked like a catchable ball for Suzuki, but turned his glove over on it. It goes back to the backstop. So he tries to catch that ball, and I'm sure it'll go as a wild pitch, but it's one Suzuki could have had in the glove.
They will call it a pass ball.
I think that's the correct call.
Yep, I agree. And a mound visit. He's also fallen behind Pedroia 3-0. Nunez waiting on deck. Chuck Hernandez, their pitching coach.
Monday, don't miss the season finale of Behind the B. Relive all of the great playoff moments and hear from Bruce Cassidy and Don Sweeney on how the team will look to move forward toward next season. Behind the B is an all-new Monday night at 5 after Red Sox postgame coverage on NESN.
How you feeling about Game 7?
I'm loving the Celtics. I'm sorry, I'm staying with it. I'm sticking with them.
You've been loyal all year. And that'll be ball 4. Well, Celtics do not lose at home. So Petey takes a walk, first and second for Nunez.
Great thing about it, too, we'll get a chance to see it. A day game here tomorrow, go home and have a little dinner, put on a basketball game.
You get the whole day planned.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Going to be here real early for the alumni game.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And the game at 1 o'clock with Chris Sale and the Celtics in the evening. Nunez a base hit first time up, 1 for 1, first and second, 1 away, and a run up on the board at last. Batting average starting to creep up now for Nunez. There's a little 3-game hitting streak. You've said it several times about Nunez. It's not often the most beautiful swing, but he tends to get it done.
He has a tendency to, where the body's all over the place, but the hands, run the baseball.
good example of that. He's hitting .350 since the start of last year with runners in scoring position. A ball and a strike. Bogarts at second, Pedroia at first. With one gone. Almost hit him. Pitch count starting to get up there a little bit for Newcomb, and he's only thrown 51% for strikes to this point. 74 pitches, 38 strikes. And the Red Sox have worked him for 4 walks. And it's 3-1. Swihart on deck. Blake took a walk his first time. Went for it, and the 93-mile-an-hour fastball fouled away. 3-2.
You know, Nunez will be swinging at that 3-1 count. There's no question about that. He's only walked 5 times this season. He's up there to swing the bat.
Full count. High fly down the left field line, heading into the corner, but he pushed it foul. Boy, another outstanding play. For the most part, it's been a great fielding crowd.
Oh, 2 hands too. That's beautiful. Jason Varitek making that catch. Number 33.
3-2 pitch, and swung on and missed. He got him with a changeup. The Lexus Strikeout Hunger program is underway. The Greater Boston Food Bank and Lexus teaming up with the Red Sox to end hunger across eastern Massachusetts. To find out how you can donate, visit NESN.com/strikeouthunger. So Sox with runners at first and second, 2 down for Swihart, who walked in the second inning. A triple in the inning by Mitch Moreland, a base hit by Xander Bogaerts, and the Red Sox have finally scored a run in their first strike. With good life on his heater. He has touched 96 today. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away. So Swihart getting an opportunity today, at least a hit. He is a .289 career hitter in interleague play.
He's working out a lot at first base prior to the game today. Going through some fundamentals. He's been all over the place working out. Second base, first base, outfield, third base, behind the plate, obviously.
2-2 fouled away, and that one bit the umpire, Laz Diaz, pretty hard. He is hobbled. And then we'll need some attention here from the Red Sox trainer.
Yeah, bounced up and looked like it hit him right off the inside of the knee.
We'll see if Diaz can continue. Never did go down, and he is going to hang in there. Count 2-2 on Swihart. Well, tomorrow, if you do have tickets for the 1 o'clock game, that's the only way you can see the alumni game. Chris Pedro will be pitching in it, and he'll be one of our guests during the broadcast as well at 10:30 a.m. It's a 3-inning game that will air on Nesson at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. 2-2. Fly ball left center field, dropping. It falls in for a base hit. Here comes Xander Bogaerts in to score. That'll make it 3-2. Swihart with the RBI on the single.
Yeah, out in front a little bit on the changeup that time by Newcomb. And you know, when you haven't had a lot of at bats, it's really the off-speed pitches that give you trouble. Well, there's an off-speed pitch that's right toward the end of the bat for Swihart, and it's a little bloop that drops in between the two outfielders, Markakis and Inciarte. So the Red Sox back in this ball game now, 3-2.
So taking advantage of an opportunity to score and getting a couple of runs in. A triple by Moreland, base hit by Bogaerts. Pedroia took ball 4. After Nunez struck out, Blake Swihart delivers.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC, Jim, and Steve will break down key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Drew Pomerantz and Alex Cora. Who but WB Mason celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
So the Red Sox looking for a 2-out hit to potentially tie up the ball game. Vasquez is 0 for 1 on a fielder's choice. It's Pedroia at second and Blake Swihart now at first base. And Betts on deck. 3-2 Atlanta. Base hit to right field. Pedroia rounding. Up with it, Acuna throwing home. Play at the plate. He's safe. Vasquez delivers the RBI hit to tie the game.
Now just reach out and touch somebody for Vasquez. Reach out, touch that ball to the opposite field. And Pedroia coming around from second base with a head for a slide to score the run and tie the ball game up. There was almost no room between the first baseman and second baseman there, but Vasquez found some room. And it's a whole new ball game. There's Pedroia with the head for a slide and the home plate.
Didn't take him very long to get absolutely filthy. Headlong into home. Has to be a wonderful feeling for him after all those months after the knee surgery. So first and third, Betts has struck out and popped up. He's 0 for 2. Red Sox with a couple of big hits, RBI singles with 2 down. Newcomb's pitching line brought to you by Lexus, inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. So now he's allowed 3 earned on 6 hits and has to face Mookie Betts with 2 on. Ground ball yanked to deep short. A little bobble throw to second, and good recovery to get him and retire the side. But the Red Sox rally to tie the game at 3. big love of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball. The all-new Subaru Ascent, featuring all-wheel drive and 3 rows of seats. Love is now bigger than ever this spring. By Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. Great weekend for grilling. Red Sox reaching the starter Newcomb for Atlanta for 3 runs and have tied the ball game as we go to the 4th inning. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin from Fenway. And Pomeranz back out there for his 4th. Last couple in particular have been pretty rough. Trying to settle in here for at least a while. He is up to 75 pitches. Red Sox had bullpen activity last inning. Camargo is 0 for 1. He's popped to the catcher. Through 1 and 2 coming in, a 5.97 ERA. Two and 2. They get the left-hander Biddle going in the bullpen. He did pitch last night in game 1 in the Red Sox victory. And a 2-2. Hammer to third base, but scooped up by Nunez. Plenty of time to get him. 1 away. Nesson will bring you coverage of the alumni game in prime time Sunday night at 8. 3-inning game including Pedro, Wade Boggs, many more of your favorite Red Sox legends. TC will be on the field. Have in-game interviews. Going to try to have a couple of the guys mic'd up. Jerry and I will have the call.
Ran into Bill Lee this morning. He's ready to go. He's ready to go 3 innings in that game tomorrow. He's all fired up.
It should be a lot of fun. Swanson with a home run in the 2nd inning. Georgia native out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Two and nothing.
And imagine the managers for both alumni teams, Tiant and Dwight Evans at home right now studying the charts, going over all the analytics.
Analytics in there for a strike. Yeah, poring over reams of information.
Oh, it's just a busy day, a day that will never really come to an end for them. Probably no sleep tonight. Get here and manage the clubs. Make sure their men are in position.
2 computers going each. 2-1 to the number 9 hitter. He snuck that in for a strike. Swanson not so sure as he questioned Laz Diaz. 2-2. The number 1 strategy for that game is to play it under an hour.
That's what I understand. Yeah, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Swing right away.
Yeah, you want to make outs as quickly as possible.
3-2 on Swanson. Albies on deck. Tied up 3-3 in the 4th. Fouled away. Lots of 3-2 counts.
Played in one in those days. They called it an old timers game, and who would I have to face leading off the game? Bob Gibson.
Oh, good.
I just swung at the first pitch. Get out of there. How about you popped it up? See you later.
Surprised didn't knock you down.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking in the back of my mind. I'm saying he might knock me down just for old time's sake.
That's all you need is getting beamed in an old timers game. Hot shot up the middle for a base hit. Swanson's good day continues. He is 2 for 2. They used to say about Bob Gibson that when he would be selected to the All-Star game, which he was year in and year out, that he'd come into the clubhouse for the All-Star game, and guys on other clubs would come up and want to talk to him, and he would shut them down. He'd freeze them out, say, I got to face you in a week.
I heard the same story. Yeah.
I want nothing to do with you. I know we're playing on the same team, but get out of here.
Yeah.
That's the way he was. He was mean, but amazing. 1 down, a runner on at first base.
And I'm sure there'll be a lot of harsh feelings here tomorrow morning.
Yeah, bitter. Albies hitting .277, 14 home runs. Leads all major league second basemen with a .569 slugging percentage. 1 for 6 so far in the series. Again, Velasquez up in the bullpen. Does not have the makings of a long afternoon for Drew today.
Either starter. High pitch counts.
Each team 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. .2-0. That'll be ball 3 on a block by Vasquez. If he walks him, I wonder if Alex Cora goes to the bullpen.
I wouldn't at all be surprised. Red Sox have got back, tied this ball game up. They need some shutdown innings.
Swanson off the bag. Here's the 3-0. And he walks him on 4 straight. So that'll put runners at first and second. And here comes Cora. Not the day he wanted or needed at this point. His pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Just 3 1/3. He threw 89 pitches. 6 hits, 3 earned runs, and these 2 men on are his responsibility. Well, you have to wonder about the immediate plans for the Red Sox in the rotation with the left-hander. So it'll be Velasquez coming out of the bullpen to take over here and trying to get out of this jam, not of his making. Well, Dustin Pedroia back at it today, hitting 6th. And he has scored a run. He took a walk and came racing in the 3rd inning as the Red Sox tied it, getting 3 off Newcomb.
And just some of the things we've become accustomed to seeing from Dustin Pedroia throughout the years. At second base, diving plays, very quick hands as always. That ball just about barely behind him and able to make the play. Going up the middle, spinning around, 1 bounce to first base to get the out. I mean, you know, that's just how he plays the game. He's always played it the same way. Dive, get dirty, take base hits away. Uniform already dirty today from a slide in the home plate. Great to see him back.
You know, all of those were magnificent plays, but I think last year in Texas, that play he made on the wild throw that caromed off the brick. Take another look at this now. A sensational play for him to even be in that position and throw on to Moreland, who got the tag down for the out. I've never seen anything quite like that. And a lot of credit to Moreland to keep going back to the bag to retrieve that throw and make the tag, but that was off the brick down the line. And I remember Pedroia saying later that the coaches had talked about be ready for a carom like that.
Yep.
It's so unusual. I mean, very few ballparks have that. And he was ready.
Yeah, you know, part of your job as an infielder like that is to get over there and back up those plays as much as you possibly can. But when you've got a wall like they have there, I mean, you're really aware of getting over there as fast as you possibly can, because if a ball does bounce off that wall, you got a chance to do something with it, or hold the guy to a single and not have a double. He turned it into a great play to get the out.
That was something. Well, the Red Sox could use a little help on the infield with Acuna coming up. Velasquez coming in 5-0 with a .203 earned run average. And coming into the ball game here in the 4th inning with Swanson and Albies aboard. Tied up 3-3. Acuna is grounded out twice. He's a .243 hitter with 4 home runs. Another ground ball here could end the inning and end the threat. That will miss, but barely, and the count 1-1.
Now, Velasquez has been a very important performer for the Red Sox so far this season in many different roles. And his role now is to try to get out of this inning without allowing a run, get the Red Sox back at the plate.
Swanson, Albies off their bases, and that's going to be too low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Acuna hitting just 187 his last 19 games, and he has struck out 27 times. Hitless today, the 2-1. Fouled away. Braves struck for a pair in the second on a home run. They took a 3-0 lead in the third. Red Sox came storming back with 3 in the bottom of the third inning, and now the Braves are pressing the matter again. And Velasquez with a 2-2. Base hit into right field. That's going to fill up the bases. Scooped up by Betts. Swanson down to third and stopping there, and they are all loaded up for Freddie Freeman, who is really their best hitter.
Yeah, Swanson had to hold up to make sure that line drive was not caught by somebody in the infield and get doubled up, so that's why he can't score on this play. Acuna with the base hit to the opposite field. You can see the runner at second base. He's going to freeze right there to make sure the ball's not caught, so that's why he only can make third base.
Well, this guy's a very tough out. Freeman with a single and a ground out today. He's batting .409 with runners in scoring position. Overall, .326. Base hit his first time up, so he needs 3 more to tie Javi Lopez for 5th in Atlanta franchise history. Only Hank Aaron, Andrew Jones, Dale Murphy, and Chipper Jones have more in Atlanta Braves history. No place to put him, and just 1 away, and the 0-1. Underneath Vasquez, no advance. Swanson darting down the line, but heads on back to third.
Got enough glove on at that time to slow it up. It doesn't get any leather. That's a run for the Braves, but it does. Slows it up just a little bit, and Swanson, who is coming down that line, has to head back.
Swanson at third, Albies at second. Those 2 guys belong to Drew Pomeranz. Acuna with a base hit. He's at first. And the righties 1-1 to Freeman. Now 1-2. But yet another fine play.
Again, you notice that there's a trend. The 2 fine plays we've seen today have both been with 2 hands.
And there was a drop in the suite early on, and the young son may not be speaking to dad yet. 1-2, and a line shot into left field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Swanson is in. They'll hold everybody else, and Atlanta jumps back into the lead 4-3. Freeman striking for the second time today. Run to be charged to Pomeranz.
The first time Freeman went to the opposite field was on a breaking ball from Pomeranz. This time he gets the fastball and hits the line drive to the opposite field. Just a good hitter, Freddie Freeman.
So the Braves head 4-3. And now the dangerous Nick Markakis, who has doubled twice, and he scored the last time. Only 1 away. Albies at third, Acuna at second, Freeman at first. That's 8 hits for Atlanta. We've talked about what a fine offense they have. Fly ball left center field. On the move Martinez. On the move Benintendi. He'll make the catch, tagging up Albies. He's going to come on in and score the run to make it 5-3. And 2 down.
Now, good afternoon for Markakis. 2 doubles, and now the sacrifice fly to get in another run. So the Red Sox will get back to tie it up. They're not able to get back or get off the field without any runs being scored, and once again trail it by 2.
So close the book on Pomeranz. Charge him with 5 runs. All of those earned. And Suzuki will be the hitter. He doubled in a man his last time. He's also struck out. First and second for the Braves. Now Velasquez just trying to get out without any more damage. And popped him up on the infield. Xander Bogaerts there. And short on the back pedal. He's got it. But the Braves are back in front 5-3. By Stanley. Not everyone's made a great catch in the crowd today. There have been a couple of drops, but a number of really outstanding plays, and as Jerry mentioned, usually with 2 hands. Still waiting for his. Stanley, the official tools of the Boston Red Sox. So Benintendi to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. New pitcher. It'll be the left-hander Jesse Biddle. He takes over for Sean Newcomb. Coming home to Boston, making his first start here at Fenway Park. Lifelong Red Sox fan. Did not go long enough to qualify for a win as he goes 3 innings. Gives up 3 runs, 6 hits. So both starters now out of the ball game pretty quickly. Benintendi with an infield hit. He's also hit into a fielder's choice, 1 for 2. Meanwhile, Stephen Wright is up in the bullpen once again.
Yeah, might be in here next inning with that knuckleball.
Martinez on deck. Fly ball into center field. Inciarte going back. He's going back all the way to the wall, and that ball gets out of here. Number 6 for Benintendi to straight away center field up to the batter's eye. And the Sox back to it in 1.
And I wasn't quite sure that had enough, but it did, as Benintendi just gets it over that center field wall. So the Red Sox strike back. High fastball that time. Benintendi straight away center field. That short stroke.
Home run number 6. Enough muscle to get it out to straightaway center field. 5-4 ball game, and here's Martinez. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer, stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. Well, the Red Sox do have that capability to get right back at it with the long ball. 4 home runs last night. Second in the majors with 76 homers. It's the most they've ever hit in 52 games. JD with a walk and a strikeout. He'll be followed by Moreland, who has tripled and scored. Sox with their first home run here this afternoon. And the 1-2 to JD. He hammers that one, but a foul ball off into the stands. Martinez has hit 11 home runs in his last 22 games, 7 in his last 12 games. Line shot to right this time, but foul. Well, he does go foul line to foul line.
He certainly does, even on foul balls.
Listening to some of the Braves talk about JD Martinez and the people who cover the Braves, and they were just marveling at what a fine hitter he is. Don't get a chance to see him that often, but they saw him more frequently last year, of course, when he was with Arizona. Shot to right field. That's well hit. Acuna's playing deep anyway, and he'll make the play. One man gone. Time for the Carrying the Freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
Now Mitch Moreland, last at bat, getting a triple as he finds that gap in right center field. And the play in front of him, he knows when it's rattling around 420, you got a chance for 3. Takes a peek, sees he's got it made, and on to third base he goes.
Mitchie 3 bags. Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. First triple in about 4 years for Mitch. Hitting .321. Last night belting his 8th home run, which was the deepest of the 4 hit by the Red Sox, 443 feet. He held up. 2-0. Actually 1-1 the count. That's Moylan now warming in their bullpen. One and two, Xander Bogaerts on deck. 5-4 Atlanta. Sox have gone 8-1 in day games here at Fenway so far this season. Not many as pleasant as today. And tomorrow will not be nearly as nice. Going to cool off considerably and get a little bit rainy. Count 2-2 on Moreland. Sox trying to get to 20 games over. Record of 35-16. The Braves at 29-20. 2 first place clubs. Ground ball to Albies at second base. 2 down.
Tonight at 10 p.m. on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of today's Red Sox game, plus a preview of Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Cavs and the Celtics. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Nobody aboard for Xander Bogaerts. He has walked. He's also singled in a run. And he scored as well. And the Red Sox within 1 run. So Xander back up to 290 with 7 home runs. He has not been below 300 for very many days. Sharply hit, diving stab, Swanson up and throwing. He's made some really fine plays today. Red Sox get to within 1. By Toyota.com. By KM. Together we grill. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Lexus. And the Lexus Strikes on Hunger program. Sox and the Braves going on to the 5th inning. 5-4 Atlanta. The Red Sox pulling to within 1 on a home run by Benintendi. And Sox are going to go back to the bullpen and bring on the knuckleballer Stephen Wright. His 4th appearance of the season. He has been out of the bullpen exclusively. We'll see if that changes in the near future.
Well, good chance right here to give him some valuable middle innings. Trying to keep this Atlanta offense in check and give the Red Sox a chance to get back tied and ahead in this game.
Inciarte has walked twice and he has scored a run. Well, 5 runs, 8 hits for Atlanta, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Red Sox. So there's been plenty of offense to this point, but the game has lacked his tempo. And Wright is a guy who can provide that. Quick worker, obviously. The 0-1. 2 strikes on the number 6 hitter. Inciarte complaining. Thought it was outside. And the 0-2. Red Sox relievers had entered today with a scoreless streak of 18 in the 3rd. 1-2. popped him up. Xander Bogaerts to left. One fast out. Don't miss a game this holiday weekend. You can import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes before the game. Visit NESN.com/schedule. Import it right now. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox and Major League Baseball. Now that was quite a spread back there. I know you dipped into the lobster roll. Anything else back there?
Yeah, they got ribs back there. They've got potato chips. They've got there's something else up there. Well, I didn't get a chance to look at that, but it's quite a spread that was put out. Some of the stuff ended up in the truck.
Somebody snuck into the booth. I want to say maybe Tom Caron made an appearance. That one popped into right. Charging on Betts. Mookie with a diving play. It rolls out of the glove. And so Flowers is going to be safe. Mookie almost a sensational play. Had a long way to go.
Yeah, almost an impossible play that time for as far as he had to go to make this. He even get some leather on it. Goes into the dive, and it does deflect in the glove, but then as he hits the ground, it rolls out. Was not able to squeeze the glove from that position that he was in.
So it'll be a base hit for Flowers. 9th hit today for Atlanta. Camargo's popped up and grounded out 0 for 2. Switch hitter. Looked like he swung the bat, and he did. They did appeal, and Jeff Nelson rung him up. 0-1. Camargo made his major league debut last year. Hit .299 in 82 games. So they like him a lot, even though he's scuffling along at .213 at the moment. And a ground ball. Here's Bogaerts to Pedroia. Got one on to first. 2. Fast inning out of Stephen Wright. Double play helps. 5-4 Atlanta. At home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB at Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. At the midway point, head in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 5-4, the Braves have the lead. Dustin Pedroia up for the 3rd time today. He has a walk. He's flied out. He scored a run facing Peter Moylan, the 39-year-old right-hander from Australia. He's been back and forth between the Braves and the Dodgers, the Braves in Kansas City, and now back to Atlanta. It's been a long career. And off the outside corner on Pedroia. His first at bats at Fenway in 2018. Last year at Fenway hit .332. Nunez on deck. Moylan had Tommy John surgery early in his career. Made it back from that foul at the plate. Had a lot of really good years for the Braves and heavy on appearances. He appeared in 87 games in 2009, 85 the next year. Last year with the Royals, 79. .6'3", about 220. Here comes the 2-2 to Pedroia. That runs inside, and that's a foul ball. Got a piece of the bat.
It was either going to be the bat or Pedroia, and it ends up getting the bat. A lot of movement on that fastball going in. You can see it just tipping off the bat and in and out of the pocket of the glove of Suzuki behind the plate.
Pedroia looking for that first hit of the season. And that one fouled, and again the catcher cannot grip it. So Pedroia has been close to being struck out a couple of times. The 2-2 again from Moylan. All filled up now on Dustin.
A lot of sliders from Moylan.
Nunez and Swihart also to bat in the inning. 3-2. Fought it off foul. Dustin, when he came up to bat for the first time, which was in the first inning with the bases loaded, got a long ovation, many fans standing. But he was all business, huh?
Oh yeah, he's all baseball. You know, people say, well, is he going to tip his cap? And I didn't really honestly believe he would, because he's thinking about his at bat.
Wound up popping out to right field. 3-2 coming. Got a piece again to stay alive. As Diaz has really gotten beat up, Pedroia wants to make sure he's okay. He's had a hard day back there with foul tips. Now here comes the 10th pitch of the at bat. And the 3-2 again. Lined off the glove. It caroms to short. Swanson up and over to get him. 1-6-3.
It seems like no matter what happens, the ball's going to end up at Swanson somehow. He's having a heck of a day defensively at shortstop. This ball's a rocket right back to the mound, but watch the deflection right off the glove. Swanson just has to take one step to his right, and it's there for him on one hop.
Yeah, he has made every kind of play today. Johnny on the spot. So one away for Nunez. He has a base hit and he struck out. 1 for 2. Nunez hitting .251. Third baseman today. Hasn't played that many games against Atlanta, but he's a .344 hitter in 9 games against the Braves. Sox and the Braves again tomorrow afternoon, 1:05. And another day game on Monday. 1-2 and a wave and a miss. He struck him out. 2 up and 2 down in the 5th.
That's pretty tough when you get ahead with the fastballs. Then you save that slider to get your strikeout pitch right there. Just don't see that ball good out of his arm, out of his delivery.
So bases empty, 2 out for Blake Swihart. Putting a pretty good day together. He has walked and he's also dropped in an RBI single. And he lashes that one foul. Vasquez to hit next if given the opportunity. And the 0-1 to Blake. We talked about some of our goodies suddenly missing. We've got some surveillance on exactly what went down here. That looks like one Tom Caron to me.
Oh, TC making a move on the food.
That is some absolutely horrible acting. I mean, that's dreadful stuff.
When I went up there were about 4 or 5 different people who could have been guilty of the crime, but it was TC on camera.
Yep, caught him looking like Peter Sellers in Pink Panther in there for a strike.
What did he go for, the ribs?
I think he went for the ribs. Little TC, little rib action. Yep. Here for the post game show and something else too. Lunch. That is quite a spread back there. It's going to be in there for strike 3, and that's all for Swihart. 1, 2, 3 go to Red Sox. That was with the Yankees and summer weekend games and some of the best seat locations at Fenway. For more info, visit redsox.com/premiumflex. 5-4, the Braves have the lead. They're batting here in the 6th inning. Dansby Swanson's having a big day offensively and defensively. He has blasted a home run. He has singled. He scored twice. And he's been everywhere on the defensive side. Made 2 or 3 really fine plays. All the way to the backstop. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Braves. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Red Sox, who have a home run from Benintendi. And a 2-0 from Wright.
Now back in the second inning, a fastball that he takes out of the ballpark for 2 quick runs. And that gave the Atlanta Braves the lead for the first time in the game.
He's their number 9 hitter today. Albies on deck, and Acuna after him. And the 2-2 fouled away as well. Red Sox regained sole possession of first place in the American League East on Tuesday, and they've held it ever since. Yankees play a little bit later against the Angels. They won their first game of that series yesterday. 2-2 coming. And popped them up on the infield. Dustin Pedroia with a play. And Swanson retired for the first time here today. During each home game at Fenway, the Red Sox Foundation runs a 50-50 raffle to support the Foundation's many charitable programs. And if you're going to tomorrow's game, the Red Sox are dedicating the 50-50 proceeds to support our good friend and former NESN cameraman John Martin. His battle with ALS. You probably read about it. For more information on the Red Sox Foundation's 50-50 raffle, visit redsoxfoundation.org. John's family's been here today. One of the great guys in our business. Always ready with a smile, and usually a really good story too. John covered the summer league in Alaska once, which was very popular for many years. Produced a lot of major leaguers, or a lot of major leaguers went through there.
Is that where it never gets dark in the summer?
That's it. Yep.
But it's like dark all winter, right?
Yeah. And John went up there and he interviewed a bunch of folks who had played there, like Tom Seaver, who pitched there, and kind of launched their careers. Did a great piece on them, on that league, and the guys who played there, among many other things he's done. Albies has grounded a short line to right, walked and scored. One-two from the knuckleballer, and popped up. That'll be right underneath us. Dying to get one today. It seems like everybody else has got one.
No, come on, Dave. You don't really want one.
I want.
You haven't dying to get one.
I want a cookie like the guy in the suite got over there.
Well, that last one was a cookie. That wasn't really hit that hard.
Even I think I had a shot at that.
A lot of spin on it, though.
Line shot into left, and Martinez there to put that away. 2 up and 2 down.
I don't want anything coming up here. It's I've had enough. Made enough errors in the field. I don't need to make them up in the booth too. I think all the years I've been doing this, I think I've caught one ball, and it was in Cleveland, which is pretty far back.
Yeah.
And it was really by accident that I caught it, because I didn't see it halfway up, and I looked up, and there it was. I had no choice but to try to catch it or get hit in the head.
Oh, I've been hit a couple times.
Place that used to scare me was old Tiger Stadium.
Oh,
it was like you were right on top of home plate, and those foul balls would come flying up there. It was, it was dangerous.
It really was. Fly right field, driving back. Mookie Betts still on the move, all the way back over the shoulder, and he's got it onto the warning track. Actually, he dropped it. He dropped it in right field. Mookie Betts with some trouble with this. Take a look.
I did not see him drop it. Let's take a look. Oh, yes, right off the top of the glove. That's something you don't see very often at all. Anything that he gets his glove next to, he generally makes the catch.
Yeah, played the carom very quickly, and a runner only made it as far as first base. Certainly thinking that ball had been caught. So he deked all of us on that one. And it'll bring up Freeman with a runner at first base and 2 down. And a swing and a miss. He's had a good day. 2 for 3. They're going to call that a hit. He had a long way to go all the way to the warning track.
9 out of 10 times, though, he makes that play.
And the 0-1 cut on and missed. So a rare drop for Mookie. And again, Acuna only made it as far as first. Assuming that ball was caught, I think we all did. And that one swung on and missed. It'll be picked up by Vasquez, and he'll get the out, completing the strikeout at first base to retire the side. It remains 5-4 Atlanta. Champions, game number 52. The Red Sox would beat Philadelphia 9-3. Dustin Pedroia leading the way with a home run, 2 RBIs, even turned 2 double plays in that one. We are heading for the last half of the 6th inning. Red Sox trailing by 1 run to Atlanta. And Moylan staying on to pitch here against Christian Vasquez, then Mookie Betts and Andrew Benintendi. I think Mookie was as surprised as any of us that he did not make that catch in right field.
Now you take it for granted, you know, that anything hit out in that direction, he's going to make a catch. And quite frankly, I thought he did catch it when I saw it get leather. Didn't realize that it bounced out.
In the end, no harm done. Fly ball center field, and Ciarte back there with plenty of space to put that away.
One more look at the Betts play out in right field. Looks like he's got it under control right there, but just tips right off the top of the glove. And the runner was not running very hard. He should have been at second base in scoring position on that play, but he took for granted also that it was going to be a catch.
Better look there from our angle. Difficult to see the carom back off the bullpen fence. And again, that's a hit, not an error at this point. Mookie's gone 0 for 3 at the plate with a strikeout in the first inning. Also popped up and hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice. Benintendi on deck. He has ripped the home run. Sam Freeman, another lefty in their bullpen. Atlanta with 10 hits. Sox have 7. Betts looking for his first, and he'll take one down and in. Mookie in the month of May hitting .366 with 9 home runs this month. And the 2-1. That'll be a base hit in center field. So his first knock comes with 1 down here in the 6th.
Yeah, they play him in a shift, everybody on the left side, and he finds that hole up the middle for the base hit. See the shift on in the infield, playing him to pull, but then he finds that second base spot right to the left of the umpire.
Well, Snitker will take the baseball away from the reliever Moylan. He'll go to the bullpen and bring on the left-hander now. Benintendi coming up. Red Sox have a base runner, so the tying run is aboard here with 1 down in the 6th inning. 5 for Atlanta. We'll have more in just a moment. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1 down. Red Sox with a base runner in Mookie Betts, and Benintendi will climb in against the left-hander Freeman, who's been around a while. He's 30 years old. Pitched for St. Louis and for Texas as well. Walks have been a real issue for him. He's walked 13 men in 20 innings. Benintendi's a guy taking a lot of walks this year, but on the day, a home run and a base hit. He's gone 2 for 3. Only 1 man out, 1-run game.
So far this year, lefties 1 for 26 against him.
And he does have 20 strikeouts in the 20 innings. Atlanta with 10 hits, and the Red Sox have 8. High and tight at the shoulder.
95 with that fastball running back in to Benintendi.
Martinez on deck. Mookie with 13 stolen bases, not running. 2-0. Red Sox with 4 home runs last night. Benintendi has 1 today. And the left-hander with a 2-0. Back in Mookie Betts. Sean Newcomb, Massachusetts native, got the start here today for the Braves. He went 3. That one's inside. Is going to hit him. He got hit by the pitch, and he's going to take his base. And the Red Sox have runners at first and second.
That fastball just following Benintendi. It looks like it gets him on the shirt. Yes. Wear a loose shirt.
Helped the cause there. 2 aboard now with 1 down for Martinez, who's had a quiet day so far. A walk, a strikeout, a fly to right. JD with 7 home runs in his last 12 games. He will take ball 1. 97 on the gun, but the umpire said it missed. Sox trying to get on the board again. Freeman with a 1-0. Excellent speed on the bases for Boston. And the lefty with a 1-1, not to be made. He whirls but does not throw.
Certainly Mookie Betts has the attention of Freeman. A lot of throws to first base, fake throws. This little spin move to second base there.
And finally a 1-1 pitch. He gets ahead on Martinez.
Split fingered fastball that time, throwing the balance off of JD Martinez. There's the split grip and the bottom falling out of it. Tough pitch to hit when it's down in the zone.
Bounce it up there and stopped by Suzuki. Go back over the last 78 games. Go back to August 26 of last year. And JD Martinez is the best hitter in baseball. He leads the majors since then in batting average, home runs, RBIs, slugging percentage, and OPS. Almost half a season. 2 on and 1 out. Fly to right field. Acuna backing up to the warning track. He's got it, tagging up Mookie Betts, and he will advance into third and stop there. Martinez has tagged a couple of deep shots today, but nothing to show for it yet.
Yeah, the real big pot of the ballpark out there. 380 to the bullpen, and you can see that Acuna goes back. He tracks it on the warning track, and Betts can move up a bag. So first and third now with 2 outs.
And Moreland a hitter. He's tripled today, 1 for 3 with a 3-base hit and a run. Mitch hitting .318. Two down. A heck of a play there by Suzuki to save a run.
Yeah, that ball should have been by him, and it should be 2 men in scoring position. Well, actually 1 man in scoring position and 1 run scored. He makes a backhanded play here that's lights out. Like a first baseman picking out of the dirt.
Now Freeman has thrown 9 pitches, only 3 for strikes. Here's the 1-0. Sox trying to bring in a tying run again. They were down 3-0, tied it with 3 in the 3rd inning. Braves got 2 more in the 4th. And Benintendi homered in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now the tying run 90 feet away, but with 2 down, and the 1-1 to Moreland. That's a swing and a miss. So the count 1-2. Bottom of the 6th. Bogarts would be next. They lead on the corners, and a 1-2 from Freeman. Line drive into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Betts is in. Benintendi to third. They're going to wave him in. He will score. Moreland into second. The Red Sox in front 6-5.
And Acuna having all kind of trouble with that ball down in right field. Moreland gets his second hit today off a left-hander, a triple, and now a double. As he hooks it down in the corner. Now watch Acuna go over, and he just lets it go by him. And Karam's off the wall. By the time he picks it up, Benintendi's able to come around and score. And the Red Sox finally have a lead in this ball game.
And Moreland coming through again.
Yeah, against lefties.
His second extra base hit today. His 11th double of the year. And the Sox have a 6-5 lead. Looking for more now is Xander Bogaerts, the batter. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI hit. And Acuna showing some of his inexperience at Fenway with the right field fences. And the Sox have jumped in front for the first time today. And another fine play by Suzuki on a pitch in the dirt. 2-0.
Yeah, Freeman's been all over the place, bouncing a lot of balls, and Suzuki's really had to make him look good out there by stopping those pitches.
He's thrown 14 pitches, only 6 for strikes. Another one skips away. That'll advance the runner. Moreland down to third.
Now it goes a wild pitch. Now anything goes. Man at third base, 2 outs. He throws another one in the dirt. You got another run.
And it will be a major league wild pitch. And the count 3-0 on Xander. And they have nobody throwing in their bullpen, as the Sox are in front 6-5. And that's going to be ball four. So that'll put him on the corners. He's all over the place right now. And Dustin Pedroia will climb in. Hernandez, their pitching coach, headed out there. Get excited, America. Dunkin' go-tos are here. 2 breakfast sandwiches for $2, $3, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Well, in the inning, a base hit by Mookie Betts got it going. Benintendi was hit by a pitch. Moreland with the 2-run double. He's been wild pitch down to third base, and now ball four to Xander Bogaerts. And now the Red Sox looking for a little bit of breathing room. Pedroia on the day 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. He hit a hot shot up the middle in the 5th inning. It deflected off the pitcher and went right to the shortstop, and he was put out at first base. He was a little unlucky. That play went 1-6-3. Moreland with a 2 RBI double, leading at third. Shot into right field. Acuna on the move and runs that one down, making a fine play. Had some issues out there, but not on that ball. But the Red Sox are in front 6-5. Turn your backyard into a relaxing oasis with cozy chaise lounges and an outdoor dining set to die for. Plus, get up to 72 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. So to the 7th inning, the Red Sox have their first lead here today, 6-5 over the Braves. Total of 19 hits by the two clubs combined. The Braves have 10, and 2 of those by the man about to step in, Markakis. He has 2 doubles. Suzuki on deck here in the 7th inning. Stephen Wright continues to work out of the bullpen.
Well, we talked about Stephen Wright coming in to give some innings, and he's giving quality innings, putting zeros on the board for the Red Sox and giving them a chance to take the lead in this game.
Well, you know, he would love to work his way back into the starting rotation. Coming back from his own issues, and now he's completely healthy again. He has fallen behind 3-0 on Markakis, who's hitting .350. Seven homers, 35 RBIs, including 1 today and a sac fly in the 4th inning. And the 3-1. Bogarts is there and flips on to get him. 1 out here in the 7th inning as we toss it down to Guerin.
Jerry, yesterday Dustin Pedroia spoke to reporters and he said it has been a long, tough road. He has put in a lot of work and he is so excited to be back. And I talked to a lot of guys in the clubhouse and they said they've missed him on the field, but they've really missed his presence in the clubhouse. And Alex Cora has said it's so quiet when Pedroia is not around. But this was really a great opportunity for a lot of minor league players to play with Pedroia. And guys, it is a tradition that when a veteran player is rehabbing in Pawtucket, he has to provide the meal. Well, Pedroia provided quite the spread from the Capitol Grill, and it went over so well that the next day in the lineup card, it was listed as Capitol Grill, batting 3rd.
Must have been some spread.
Kind of a tradition, you know, when big leaguers go down to the minor leagues on a rehab assignment, it's your obligation to put a good spread out there for the minor league players.
Wrapped to 3rd. Nunez down for that. He sets down Suzuki and they're a 2-away. That's first-rate Capitol Grill.
Yeah, I mean, you know, baseball players eat good. You know, they really do. Major league players. Clubhouses now are filled with food. I mean, you can get any kind of meal you want in clubhouses now. Get breakfast, get lunch, get dinner. You get Tom Caron stealing food up here in the booth.
Inciarte will back away. Ball 1. Is there anything left back there? I mean, after TC's done, is there anything at all left?
Yeah, there might be some scraps left for you, Dave, if you go up there. I don't know. I'd hustle up there after the end of the inning, though. He can't be much left.
He can eat, man. For a guy who doesn't put on any weight, he can eat. Nobody on base, 2 down, and a 2-0 from Wright. He's gone to ball 3. Inciarte with a couple of walks already. And the 3-0. Gets that fastball about 80-82 miles an hour when he needs a strike. .31. Did he check? He did. They did appeal, and it is ball 4. So Inciarte, who can really fly, walks for the 3rd time.
Yeah, and they love to get at first base against knuckleball pitches because, you know, sometimes it's 50-50 whether the catcher is going to be able to handle a pitch. So I wouldn't be all surprised to see him go at some point in this at bat, unless of course he swings at the first pitch.
Flowers, the DH today, has struck out twice and he has a base hit. 18 thefts for the man at first base. Hit 13 of those in the month of April. So he was running wild. Red Sox up 6-5. And right with the 0-1 pitch. Runner holding. Winkler throwing in the bullpen for Atlanta. Right-hander Dan Winkler. Camargo on deck, and a dive back by Inciarte. Another big crowd today. Expected throughout this weekend. As Jerry mentioned, plenty of Braves fans here. And the 1-1 popped them up into right center. Mookie Betts there to make the catch and retire the side. Up by a run on Atlanta as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Jerry Remy and Dave O'Brien. Nunez to lead things off against Dan Winkler, make an appearance out of their bullpen. And he's been really good. 1-0 with a 0.89. 29 Ks in 20 and a third. Ground ball, weakly hit. Albies up and over on the move, and he threw it away. Wild toss by the second baseman.
He's had some troubles defensively at second base. That's going to be his 6th error of the season. He covers the ground. He gets to it, but then the throw's not even going to be close at first base. Just lets it fly, and it is to the glove side of the first baseman. And there's no chance at all he can make a play on it.
So an E4. Sox with a base runner right away. In the 7th inning, sends up Blake Swihart, who's walked, singled in a run, and struck out today. Christian Vasquez on deck. And the 0-1 to Blake, hitting lefty. Tried to hold up, but a swing and a miss. Only one home run in the ball game. That was Andrew Benintendi in the 4th inning to dead center. And the 0-2 from the right-hander. He spoiled it. 93 miles an hour.
Tomorrow it's an all-new Nissan Clubhouse. Want to book it like Benintendi or turn on the Jets like Betts? We are sharing the secret to shaving seconds off the base path. Catch it all on an all-new Nissan Clubhouse tomorrow at 11:30 on Nissan. Presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Oh-2 again. Not a good stop by Suzuki. He's made a ton of them in this game.
Yeah, he's been very, very active behind the plate today. He's had to be.
One and two. This one has been in the hands of the bullpens for quite some time. Newcomb, their starter, went 3 innings. Drew Pomeranz went 3 1/3. And neither will factor in the decision. 19 total hits. And a 2-2. Two to Blake Swihart, and down he goes hacking. He strikes out for the 2nd time today. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. And well fed. Tom Caron, thanks for that, TC. 1 down. Vasquez has gone 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
In combination where they could possibly hit and run if Alec Cora chooses to. It Vasquez at the plate and Nunez at first base.
Vasquez trying to get that batting average up to 200. He'll be followed by Mookie Betts. Mookie, the man who started the rally in the 6th inning with a single. Sox would score twice on the double by Moreland, who has gone 2 for 4 again. Mitch continues to hit. Fly ball right field, driving back Acuna. He's there though, and he's got it. So 2 down. Tomorrow, enjoy the first Red Sox alumni game in 25 years at Fenway. It's a 3-inning game. The event only open to fans attending the 105 game against the Braves. So visit redsox.com/tickets to get yours and more information.
Yeah, before the game today, Rich Casas, El Guapo, throwing out the first pitch before today's game. Very popular when he played here with the Red Sox. A little bit up and in that time, but at least he reached home plate.
Mookie Betts taking ball 1, a strikeout, a pop up. He's hit into a fielder's choice and also the base hit in the 6th inning and hitting .359. Started the day leading the major leagues in about half a dozen categories or more. His 17 homers are 3rd most by a Red Sox hitter through the month of May. Mo Vaughn in 1996 had 20 by the end of May. Jim Rice in 78 had 18. And a breaking ball will miss. Of course, after today, Mookie's got what, 5 games remaining. Count 3-0. Nunez reached on an error to begin the bottom of the 7th. Sox trying to make it 2 for 2 against these Braves. But a tight one here at Fenway in the 7th. Good count, 3-1. And that one right by everybody on ball 4. So that'll put runners at first and second. Benintendi will climb in next. Wednesday, June 6 is Benintendi Splash Bobblehead Night at Fenway. The first 10,000 in attendance receive a Benintendi bobblehead, the first in a series of 3 Splash bobbleheads this season, presented by Coca-Cola. For tickets and more info, go to redsox.com/promos. Benintendi's had a good day. 2 hits, including a home run. He's also been hit by a pitch that grazed his jersey, and he's come on in to score. He will take ball 1. Last 9 games, he's hitting .355 with 9 RBIs. Two on. It's been a good spot for Andrew this year. Runners in scoring position, 2 down. He's batting .368. And now mound visit, Suzuki heading out. Great to see our servicemen and women on hand enjoying the ball game. And of course, on Memorial Day, we remember those who did not return. Two on, 2 out, the 1-1. An error and a walk, and the Sox have a couple of base runners. Winkler, another Atlanta reliever, scuffling to throw strikes as that one's looped foul out of play. Thrown 20 pitches, only 10 in the strike zone.
It's been really a strange game today. There hasn't been much of a flow to it one way or the other. And really the biggest flow was the time that Stephen Wright was in the game, where he was able to settle things down for the Boston Red Sox.
He did a nice job.
Yeah, he did a really nice job.
And sometimes that middle relief role can be very thankless, but Red Sox win this game. He's going to get a big time thank you from his manager and his teammates. Sox in front 6-5. Joe Kelly ready to go. And a 2-2 to Benintendi. Ripped to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. In to score Nunez. Mookie Betts rounding. Mookie Betts is coming in to score. Here's the throw to third, and not in time. That is the Red Sox 3rd triple in 2 games. Benintendi having a big afternoon.
Yeah, he gets a change up that time, and he's a little bit out in front of it, as you can see, but he just, hits it beautifully out there to right field. By the time Acuna plays it off the wall, 2 runs with the Betts of speed, they're going to score easily, and that opens the door a little bit for the Red Sox here in the 7th. That was great. You know, he strided early because of the off-speed pitch, but he kept his hands back and was able to drive that ball. And the head-first slide into third base to finish off the deal.
There's 3 RBIs today. Sox in front 8-5.
He's got 33 now on the season.
Eight 3-hit games so far this year for Benintendi. JD Martinez has gone 0 for 3. Well, he's hit the ball very hard a couple of times. So Benintendi with a base hit, a home run, and a triple. Love to get up again, have a shot at the cycle. Also been hit by a pitch. He scored a couple of runs already. And that is downstairs, 2-1. 8 runs, 10 hits now for Boston. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Braves. Two and two.
Cut fastball that time to get Martinez to chase one off the outside edge. Doesn't do that very often.
Mitch Moreland on deck. He has 2 RBIs and 2 extra base hits today. That'll be backhanded. Always with a long throw and in time to get him to retire the side. Red Sox keep on scoring, now up by 3. Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. And by New England Audi dealers. Get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted. Sox have opened up a bit of a cushion here, an 8-5 lead as we go to the 8th inning. Warm day, 85 degrees inside the ballpark, and here comes Joe Kelly. Joe with a 190 earned run average. And Camargo first man in against him. He's hitless today, 0 for 3. He got doubled up the last time. So the Red Sox forging in front. 2 runs in the 6th and 2 more in the 7th. Benintendi right in the middle of a lot of the scoring today as he's driven in 3. He's in center field this afternoon. And Mitch Moreland at it again with a triple and a 2-run double. And Joe Kelly with a 1-1. High fly down the right field line, but he pushed that one foul. Just 1 run allowed his last 22 appearances. Look at that minuscule ERA for Kelly, 0.39. Over that span, few in the majors have been as good.
He's done it a lot of different ways. You know, he's come out in some starts and appearances just throwing fastballs. Then he's been mixing in his breaking ball right there, the slider.
A couple of saves in there.
Yeah. Been a valuable guy out of the Red Sox bullpen without question.
Dansby Swanson's on deck. Here's the 2-2. Popped him up right around the plate. Vasquez says he has it, comes out and makes the play. So 1 away in the 8th inning.
A change up that time from Kelly to get that weak little pop up out in front of home plate. There's the change up grip. And a little flick of the wrist. Like Camargo.
Swanson's had a good day offensively and defensively. He's homered and singled. Hitting .281, 3 home runs. It's pretty remarkable how the Red Sox have had their way against the National League. Since September of 2015, Boston has played 46 games against the National League. They've won 36 of them. Sox went 16-4 last year against the National League and are 3-0 so far this year. And the Braves, if anybody, have been a little bit tougher against the Red Sox, but not much.
Yeah, the other 2 wins came against Miami very early in the season. Second stand of the season.
Oh, and 2 to count on Swanson with the bases empty, 1 down. Try to hold up, but that's a swing and a miss, and down he goes. He fans.
Yeah, Kelly going back to the slider to pick up the strikeout. So a couple of quick outs for Joe here in the 8th inning. It's been zeros on the board since back in the 4th inning for the Atlanta Braves.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. So 2 away. Albies has got 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. And he has also committed an error. .58, about 165 pounds. He can swing it though. Sox will have due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Moreland, Bogarts, and Pedroia. Lucas Sims, the right-hander. And the 0-1. Tap back. Kelly, such a good athlete, gets to that. And he retires the side in 1-2-3 fashion. It was a short start for Newcomb, the Massachusetts native, in his return to Fenway Park. First time he's ever pitched here. Markakis has had a pretty good day. Pomerantz out after just 3 1/3 and 5 earned runs. But Benintendi and Moreland have done it offensively again. And the Red Sox lead at 8-5 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And Moreland will lead things off against Lucas Sims. High ERA in 3 appearances. Made his major league debut just last year, and he finished the year in their rotation, now working out of the bullpen. Moreland with a double and a triple today, hitting .324 with 8 home runs. And the triple came off the left-hander, Sean Newcomb. Guerin was able to chat with his dad. Said there are about somewhere between 200 and 300 friends and family here today to watch Newcomb pitch.
Yeah, he got a big ovation when his name was introduced prior to the ball game from a lot of folks down the third base line.
Kimbrel readying in the bullpen. Right now it is a save opportunity. He did work last night in a non-save. The Red Sox won 6-2. Two and two. Bogart's on deck, and then Dustin Pedroia returning to the lineup today for the first time in 2018. And got dirty very fast. No shock there.
Head first slide into home plate.
Got a piece of it to hang in there. And then returning to a first place ball club with the best record in the majors. Tell you what, the right side infield defense for the Red Sox, with Pedroia back in great shape. Moreland over there every day.
Yep, Moreland at first base, Pedroia at second base.
Really, Gold Glovers.
Really tightens things up.
With a win here today, the Red Sox would be 20 over 500 for the first time this year. Alex Cora's had a fascinating week. No question about that. His team continues to win. And a 2-2. He would not bite. So full count on Moreland. We've had a lot of those today. To the second baseman, Albies. Time now for our high strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
Now, big day for Andrew Benintendi. An infield single early in the ball game, then straightaway center field for the home run, and a triple on a changeup down in the right field corner. This was kind of maybe the put away blast for the Red Sox. Benintendi just a double away from a cycle.
Well, you get that triple out of the way, you got to be thinking about it next time you come up, if he gets a chance to hit. One down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bogarts has a base hit to drive in a run. He's also taken a couple of walks today. Brock Holt, the last Red Sox to hit for the cycle. And a 1-1. Long third. It's a fair ball. Camargo will steady, gun, and get him. 2 gone.
Well, he got a nice strong throwing arm down at third base. Seen it a couple of times on display in this series. Goes right to the line, has to deal with the bag, and then bullet first base.
Gets there quick. Now Dustin Pedroia 0 for 3 today. Denied a hit on a line shot that got the pitcher off the pitcher's glove in the 5th inning. And carry him to short. Also lined to right. So a couple times today he's hit the ball pretty hard. Nothing to show yet. Got a terrific round of applause. Many fans standing when his name was announced to step in for the first time in the 1st inning. Batting 6th today, and he wound up flying out to right field. And a 1-1. Swanson to charge that and fire on to retire the side. We are headed for the 9th inning. 8-5 Red Sox.
Live on the field and out with the fans for Boston's biggest weekend event.
Is going to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved, and everybody saves at Bob's, the only choice for untouchable furniture value, available in store or at mybobs.com. Craig Kimbrell on for the 24th time, a 2.01 ERA. He did work last night. He finished up the win with a scoreless 9th inning. Couple of changes. Jackie Bradley in the game in center, and that'll move Benintendi from center to left. And the Braves will bring up Acuna, Freeman, and Markakis here in the 9th. 8-5 Boston. Red Sox trying to make it 2 for 2 against Atlanta. And the former Atlanta Brave fires in for strike 1 at 96. Kimbrell among American League relief pitchers is second in saves with 15. Sox bullpen again has been superb today. Stephen Wright is going to be a star in this one should the Red Sox win it. He came on in middle relief and steadied the ship. Here's the 1-1. He was late. A ball and 2 strikes on Acuna Jr. He's had a couple of hits today. He's 2 for 4, but it's been a bit of an adventure for him in right field from time to time, as it is for a lot of right fielders at Fenway. Tagged in a right center field toward the gap. That one's sailing back there, and that ball gets out of here. How about that shot by Acuna? His 5th home run. That took off. That had a second life when it went airborne. And that's going to make it a 2-run game.
Well, you get power, and then you get power from the fastball from Kimbrel, and those combinations, when good contact is made, can let a ball go a long way, and that's exactly what happens here. Fastball away, just goes right with it, and into the Red Sox bullpen.
His 5th home run. Kimbrel has given up 5. Freeman lines that one. On the move, Mookie Betts, though. First out here in the 9th inning, 1 gone. Freeman had gone 2 for 4 with an RBI before that shot caught by Mookie. And he'll send up Markakis. He has 2 doubles. So 8-6. Markakis hitting .348 with 7 home runs. He and Freeman have been their 2 best hitters on a good offensive team. And Vasquez would like a word. And the first one to Markakis. Yankees play tonight. They take on the Angels in the Bronx. Houston is at Cleveland tonight. Baltimore and Tampa Bay just getting started there in the 1st inning. Here's the 1-0 to Markakis.
I think Kimbrel wanted that one bad. That was at the bottom of the strike zone, not going his way. Goes to the breaking ball and call for being too low.
And a 2-0. 97 in there. 2-1. Teams going with their Memorial Day weekend uniforms. Another day game tomorrow. Chris Sale tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And Kimbrel's 2-1. Ground ball to Bogarts with a backhand stab. 2 down.
Now, a big part of this game for the Red Sox has been Stephen Wright. He got a big double play in the 5th inning to end that inning. A strikeout to Freeman in the 6th. And then the final out that he got was on a fly ball out to Flowers. And that's coming in the 7th. And he really came in and quieted things down here for the Red Sox this afternoon. Big part of the game.
3 very good innings. And really the MVP of this one, along with Benintendi and Moreland. Well, here's Suzuki with the bases empty. He has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 4. Sox leading 8-6. And an out away from taking the series against the Braves. Fly ball to right. That should do it. Mookie Betts there. And the Red Sox win again. Indeed, they take this series from Atlanta. Finale coming up tomorrow And TC be looking to sweep 8-6 the final today.